Hello everybody and welcome back to the third episode of my driver career. And last episode we had an unfortunate engine failure, setting us back a long way. And we hoped to get back up in this episode in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So we move on. I'm gonna up the brake bias so we don't lock up to the first turn. And we don't. That definitely has helped. Good first turn and second. Lower back the brake bias for the next turn. Slight lockup, going slightly straight there, but keeping it on the track.
Okay, there's 2 minutes left in this session and we're in the drop zone. We need a quick lap or that's qualifying over for us.
And that's what we are trying to accomplish. We have set purple sector 1 in the Williams. This is extraordinary. How have we managed this? But we continue with the lap, going into this turn. Not the best. Took it a bit easy and having a bit of snap on the exit, but tap with the wall, but it seems to be fine. The car seems to be intact, no damage done. No purple sector 2, as expected, but it was such an unexpected sector 1 purple sector. Now moving into the final sector, the very long straight. Can we brake in time and not lock up? No mess ups. And going out of the corner, it's a smooth finish. What time are we gonna set? Going over the line. It's a 1:29.2. It's the fastest lap of the session. What a lap that is by us. That is a spectacular lap, putting us on provisional pole. And by the end of Q1, we are 200ths faster than Max Verstappen. This makes me think that the AI weight is a bit too low, which it may in fact be. Or it might be our raw speed, but we will see how it goes on in Q2 and possibly Q3. And our teammate getting knocked out by 1/10. Now here we move on to the official first, possibly last lap of Q2. Let's see what we can set here. As we open up the DRS and we start our lap. Turn up the brake bias by 2 so we don't lock the rears into this turn. Nice and smooth, keeping it under balance, keeping it under control. Turning the brake bias back down, going into turn 3. Just before the 50 and slight step out in the rear, but we keep it under control. Going through the S's, hitting the curbs aggressively, but we keep it together. That curb almost killed us, but we're moving. It's purple sector 1 with old tires. What are we gonna set here? Is this gonna be another fantastic lap? Obviously track evolution has an effect on car lap time, but how much is it gonna affect us? No mistakes are needed if we want to set a really fast lap here. Keeping it quite close to the walls, trying to get every inch of time. Just narrowly avoiding the walls here in Jeddah. It's a really, as I was saying, it's a really narrow circuit at points. But going into the final turn, will we be able to set the pole lap time of the session, or fastest lap time of the session? Bit slow on exit, but what is it going to be? Opening up the DRS, going up to the line, and it is at 1:29.0, provisional pole ahead of Piastri. We are absolutely showing our performance here today in Jeddah. This is what you call a redemption arc from the first race after we get an engine failure. And this is how we respond. And we set the fastest lap time of the session again by 1.5 tenths. No one improved on their laps. And we keep the pole lap of the session. And we make our first ever Q3 appearance in F1.
Wow, that was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
As we make a mistake on our outlap, let's watch this again from the TV camera. A little bit of snap of oversteer and into the wall we go. And that is us out in Q3. We will not be able to set one singular lap. And we will be starting from 10th position.
With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Now, will we be going for a soft medium strategy or medium hard? And I reckon we are going to go for a soft medium by saving those softs in qualifying and crashing out in Q3. But we move, we start and we go underway here.
Go out. Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin.
And here we go, 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go as we get a very poor start. Very late reaction compared to everyone else. But we are in the softs. We're gonna have to make up position here. Send it down on Science. Because he left a gap. And we move. We're up into 9th. Science still fighting this. This is not a corner where you go side by side in. As we lock up, send it slightly wide. Science there. We make a slight unsafe rejoin, but we move. Now we just have to try to keep up with the rest of these people, but we already get our first warning for track limits by going off the curb there at the exit of the S's. As our car is quite unstable at the moment. Cold tires from the formation lap. We were not able to warm him up properly, as you can see. We will warm him up though soon throughout the race. And we go up into hot lap mode to keep up with Perez and the gang ahead. Alonso losing so much positions. He started 3rd and now he's 7th. Not a great start for Alonso either.
Okay, the start was fine. Let's
And now Sainz absolutely sending it on us. But we are side by side. He's not pushing past us. And we keep the position.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within.
As you can see, they're going 3 wide into turn 1. And we managed to catch back up, even go around the outside of Perez into turn 2. Can we keep this going though? We're using all our battery to keep it round the outside. And we make the move on Perez into P8. And we get our second track limit warning on lap 3. This is not looking good for us. If we want to avoid getting a penalty, we're going to have to be super careful on track limits. And hope we don't get any. As they go 3 wide into turn 1. And someone goes wide. It's Alonso. Alonso going wide into turn 1. Locking up.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Alonso would be furious after that. And we keep position through these S sections, keeping the car steady. But as you can see, it's trying to snap on us. Absolutely every corner.
Engine's running too hot. Engine is running too hot. Let's keep it a bit cooler for now, please.
I think we might have to go on to the hards from here.
When trailing the car ahead, they're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres. So try to get past.
Our tyres are worn so much by lap 6. I feel like we're going to have to go onto the hards instead of the mediums. These tyres are not feeling great at all. I think we're gonna have to make a pretty massive undercut here if we want to still be in contention for some points. But we're gonna have to see. When's our pit window?
Okay, one stop to go, just one stop left in this strategy. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps.
I think we're gonna have to pit a lot earlier and make this undercut work with the hards to the end of the race. So we're gonna pit on lap 8. We're gonna pit next lap to try make an undercut work, and we go 3 wide. And we are going to pit this lap for the hards. Snowda going down our inside and the other driver, but we're gonna send it back on Snowda, trying to keep the position. And we are heading into the pits for our pit stop. And we are going onto the hard tire till the end of the race. Soft did not feel great at all. We should not have used the soft at the start. I reckon we should have used mediums and then hards. But we learn from our mistakes and we move.
Bottas is stopping now.
As Bottas pits right now, as you can see, we have majorly overcut them. Our tires, after like 3 laps, are like 3% wear. These tires are great for long distance. We should have pitted. We should have pit much earlier, as we have a little slide.
You're running low on ERS. Reminder that you can play around with ERS modes in the MFD, or lift sometimes and ease onto the brake pedal for some manual recharge.
I think this undercut will work perfectly in our favor. We will have so much. So there'll be like no difference in tire wear.
Fuel usage rate is higher than we need it to be, so please let's try and back off a little bit and make it last. Okay,
We
so
are
gap
3 laps over,
ahead.
Mark. I don't know what you're yapping about. As you can see, a group of them pit. Are we gonna come out ahead of them, or are we gonna come out behind them? Has our undercut worked or not? As we go down to the main straight, we are overtaking most people in the pits. And we come out behind Hamilton. I think Hamilton was quite far up ahead. Alonso was quite far up ahead as well. Because I was fighting with Stroll. Because, yeah, no, Alonso left us behind a bit. And then here we are with Hamilton. Hamilton is faster on colder tires, which is quite surprising. But let's see how much more position we can gain out of this undercut. And the rest of the pack seem to pit. Let's see where we'll come out. Are we going to come out ahead of Russell, Sainz, Leclerc?
Right behind, 12.1 seconds.
And he comes out ahead of us, Perez. The guy that was starting just ahead of us, I'm pretty sure. And we're P9. With 2 people yet to pit, I'm pretty sure. Out ahead. Unless they just pulled out a masterclass on everyone. Now if we just can get in the DRS off Perez, this will be absolutely amazing. We will be set and keep Alonso behind as well.
He's just fitted the hard tyres. Car ahead now on the hard compound.
And they are all technically on newer tires than me, but we're only on 7% on the rear right. Alonso has DRS on us. Will he be able to pull us through though? Oh, big snap on the exit of that turn. Losing us a lot of time. Alonso probably will overtake us by the end of the straight. Because of the AI speed. Look how fast he is. I'll just let him go down the inside. Brake a bit earlier so he can have the line. We don't lose time. And let's see if we can drag each other along.
Caution, caution.
As Hamilton makes a mistake, putting us into P9. And there's Valtteri Bottas. And we do not set the fastest lap, unfortunately. Everyone seems to be making mistakes around here. Locking up their fronts. And a nice and tidy move on Perez. Done. We're going to turn off the battery. We're going to need all of it. We're going to try hold everyone up and restore our battery, because we're not getting any further than this in this Williams. So we're going to try play some tricks and try to win us some places. Now Perez will attack us here. We will let him by for the DRS. As we slide. Oh, very scary slide. Losing us a bunch of time, but we move. Let's see, can we get the DRS? If we have the DRS, we'll be faster than them in a straight. Which we do. So, we're just gonna have to tuck into Hamilton's slipstream. But Hamilton doesn't want to overtake us, he's just rear-ending us. So does Perez. We're just going side by side. Hamilton in the lead now of us. As we're gonna overtake him down this last straight. As we go on to the final lap. Hamilton trying to send us. I think he tapped us a bit, making us lose us. But that was slightly my fault. I turned in a way bit too... well, too early, I say. It was a bit early. I am having trouble speaking right now. Half of these words I've said have not made sense. But I am a bit exhausted, but we'll move. Excuse the speech impairment. We need to get Hamilton to get past us, as he does. As we slightly tap the rear end of Lewis Hamilton, we're going to deploy everything that we have. He doesn't seem to have battery, he's blinking all the way. We're just going to fly past Hamilton. Perez is going to go past Hamilton, let's see. This is probably confirmed P7 for us. And our first points finish in F1. As everything can go smoothly. And we go up to the line to get our first points finish in F1.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
And what a drive has been from a very horrible qualifying in Q3. Our overall qualifying has been great, but horrible crash in Q3 made us start in P10.
An outstanding performance today and under intense pressure to take a well-earned victory at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
And we made it up back to P7. Verstappen wins. Looks like Piastri or Norris in second.
It's been an absolutely
And Leclerc in fourth, the championship leader.
I can't wait to see what's next.
Still in the lead. We are P10 in the standings with 6 points after our P7 finish. And that puts Williams in P6 as well. So, what a race that has been. Where has our teammate finished? And he is down quite horribly. It looks like he's had an issue. Or incident. But he has not. It's only us with the 2 track limits. Did Albon have to make another stop? Yeah, quite a slow stop, but I think he just was lacking the pace compared to everyone else. And what a race it has been. And that means we are leading the teammate rivalry against Albon. And all of our stats go up, which is good to see as we're building ourselves into our career in F1. Hoping to do better over the years, maybe get into a better team by the end of the season. And the recognition does change. We get a percentage over Albon more. Since last time it was 47-53, now it's 48-52. The team are starting to favourite us over Albon because of our performance. And we get all our specialists tasks done in this race, which is amazing. As we had a upgrade fail, which is not gonna get on to Australia now probably. But we are building our car up, hoping to get Williams up higher. And this will still get on to Australia, which is nice. Pretty sure that's the first ever upgrade we did and that failed, so that's unfortunate. But here are the standings. Our first ever point finish, no engine failure this time around. As we could be fighting for more points over the course of the season if we develop our car correctly and if our teammates starts to perform better as well. And that's about it. And no real upgrades to make with 200 points. As you can see, our contract performance, it is going up. Our contract performance is going up after the first race, even though we lost a lot in the first race. So we're going to do the specialists in the next video. For episode 4 in the Australian Grand Prix. So thank you all for watching this video. It has been a really good weekend for us in Williams. And hopefully we can make it even better in Australia in the next episode. Thank you all for watching.